In this video we will continue to animate and we will concentrate on this part of the engine and the bushing. So we will start with the bushing. When we animate, it is important to see where the anchor is. I will control select the bushing. Here the anchor. We see that the height axis is pointing toward the crankcase and the length axis is pointing in this right direction. It means that if I drag a height move and drop it here on the bushing, the path for the height move will pointing in the same direction as the height axis. And if I drag a length move and drop it on the bushing, the path for the length move will pointing in the same direction as this axis, because this is the length axis. And if I drag a width move and drop it on the bushing, the path will be pointing upward, because that's the direction of the width axis. And the width axis we cannot see, but it's not visible. This is the height axis and this is the length axis. So now I will, when the bushing is selected in part level, I will drag a height move, drop it on the bushing, and we see that the path is pointing in the same direction as the height axis toward the crankcase. And I will zoom out a bit, like so, and I will select the endpoint and turn on the tribal, because I want the animation path to stop at the beginning of this tube. So I will right click the center handle and choose to center point of this hole, like so. So now it means that the animation will stop here, and here will be the endpoint for the bushing. Then turn off the tribal, and I will also deselect. Then we come up here to the cylinder. I will select the cylinder in part level, control select, press and hold the control key and click the cylinder. I will select it, like so. And we see that the height axis is pointing upward. So when I drag and drop a height move, the path will be pointing upward. So I will select the path, and we see the grid, and I turn on the tribal, select this axis, and I'll left drag inside the tribal to rotate the path, and I will type 180, so the path will be pointing downward. Then turn off the tribal. I will move the camera a bit so that I see the endpoint of the path, select the endpoint, and I will also turn on the tribal, right click the center handle to center point of this hole, like so. And then I'll turn off the tribal and deselect. So now we will see if this works. I will go up to visualization, turn on the animation, and then I will play to see, and it works. So I will continue with the washers. Select one washer, this one, control select, so that we select the washer in part level. I will drag a height move and drop it on the washer, and the path will be pointing upward because the height axis is pointing upward. I select the path, turn on the tribal, select this axis and left drag inside the tribal, and I will type, see now, type 180, and I will turn off the tribal and also go down here and select the endpoint and turn on the tribal. Then I will right click the center handle to center point of this hole. And we know that the thickness of this flange is 4 millimeters. So, and the washer will be placed on top of the flange. So it means that I have to drag the tribal like this, type 4, and hit enter. I will see it is 4 millimeters. I'll do it again. Right click the center handle to center point there, I drag the handle a bit, type 4, and so. Turn on off the tribal. We know that when we created the engine, that these washers and the screws are linked. So when I select this washer and then I select the other one, we see that this one has also an animation. That's because it is because they are linked. If we animate one of them, we have animated all of them. So it's the same with the screws. I will select the screw and I will drag a height move, drop it here, turn on the tribal, select this axis and left drag inside the tribal and type 180 and turn off the tribal. And I will select the endpoint. I'll zoom out in a bit, like so. And I turn on the tribal. And we know that the screw is placed upon the washer, and the washer is placed upon the flange. But the anchor is placed underneath the washer for the screw. So it means that I just have to drag the screw up a bit and type 4 and hit enter. I will do it again, I think, to set it will be right to center point of this hole. Drag up a bit, type 4 and hit enter, like so. I think it's the right distance. Turn on off the tribal, and then we'll see how this works. I will turn on the animation and play, and we'll see if it works. Zoom in a bit. Yes. So this animation works. We can drag the slider, see. Okay. In the next video we will continue to animate, but we will concentrate on this part, so we will finish the animation. So first I will save this scene, like so.